Welcome to Albion TV's live coverage of the final Invasion Day here for the Season 29 on Albion Asia. It is 14 UTC. We are on a 15-minute delay. I am your host, The Chosen One, and I am joined today by Robin Hood RS on the play-by-play and Bogle behind the scenes on the camera. It's been a spicy, interesting season. It's I'm hoping it gets some more fighting going on today, Robin. Most of the fighting has been political.
It has indeed. We did see a couple members of the Hot Alliance getting called just before we came in here in River Cups found by MMT, which is All Rise Alliance. These are the guys that will be winning the season here for Season 29. Currently holding the zone with a level 60 Disarray debuff. And the Hot Alliance are just next door, I believe. Not sure if we're going to see these two forces clash again. I think we will, because Hot are actually sitting on the southeastern door to come into River Cups Found. And as you can see, Cluster Q is activated. And it's not the only place where MMT is actually out and about. Over on Z-Core, over just to the western side of the inner ring, there has been some skirmishes happening with a hideout attack that we saw yesterday. Z were able to defend themselves against the attackers, but I don't think that they have enough today to get into position. Looks like they are at the moment just taking Sunfang Dawn territory for themselves. So potentially, if we switch over, so we can have it on screen, if we switch over to Z-Core, it looks like the Z Alliance may be shifting into this region potentially for Season 30. And that'll be them moving from, you know, quality 2 zones all the way down in High Tree Cliffs and White Cliff Expanse in Limhurst up into the inner ring here. They held their own yesterday. We'll see what they can do today.
I'm pretty sure they'll be able to hold their own. They are pretty significant in their own right. See how it goes. Do we expect some battles to happen anywhere around here other than these guys? Anything going on? I mean, like, there's a lot of different spots along the way as we go down, Robin. Do we see anything in the shift where we expect people to maybe slide up in the final hours?
Not really. Everything's pretty much locked in place here for Albion Asia for Season 29, and it has been that way you know, pretty much since the beginning. In terms of shipment places, I mean, we're going to see a couple more guilds hit into the crystal bracket as we have Sunset and Minerva X just a couple thousand season points away. So all they really have to do is grab one territory and they'll be in the bracket there. And that will bring the total guilds that hit crystal ranking here on Albion Asia for season 29 to 20. So not too bad. And if we switch back to Lucky Ben right now, it looks like we're about to get lucky and get some content because that big blob that just zoned in on the northwestern door, that's the Hot Alliance. And the Elite Vengeful Guardian Lord still has 2 bars of health remaining here. And MMT will be forced to this fight. We'll have to find us a new shoulder here potentially. I don't know if this fight is actually going to happen or not. Hot are moving back to the northwestern door. Oh no. We're going to switch POVs because
All right.
we're going to switch over to the Hot Alliance because they are dismounted. Overcharges are ringing out.
Okay.
As Lucky Ben was sitting on the tower.
Yeah, I'm watching in free roam as these guys in All Rise maneuver over into that direction.
And first engagement's coming in.
First engagements.
This is going to be really bloody. These forces are massive here today, though I will say that the MMT Alliance are the overwhelming force. Remember, they had a 60 disarray debuff here in zone. The Hot Alliance only have a, well, I say only, but still it's quite a big disarray debuff, a level 48 disarray debuff. So they are heavily outnumbered here in zone, but they are taking the fight nonetheless. So far, though, the Hot Alliance, by that kill feed, has been taking some casualties.
Yeah, I'm looking at the kill feed now, Robin. It's starting to add up here. Looks like a lot of members of Summer going down. It just consistently Summer, dude. We're not seeing anybody from All Rise hit the floor.
Yeah, Hot are not getting any kills whatsoever. By the way, just from our POV here alone, just in Command Mammoths alone, the value of these guys is geared. Just in the Command Mammoth sits at 1.4 billion silver because there are a lot of Command Mammoths on the battlefield at the moment. This is probably the most amount of Command Mammoths we've seen in a very long time engaged in ZVZs. But still, the Hot Alliance just keep falling here, struggling to even get a couple kills for themselves. It is just a flat-out massacre here as the MMT Alliance take it home, and I think Hot may be calling it here soon.
Yeah, they can't have much left, Robin. This has been so one-sided. This is a shame for their invasion day. Oh, absolute decimation. I hope they re-gear and come out again and take another swing at it, Robin, but
yeah, I don't know. After a devastating deletion like that, I don't know if you're even going to attempt to come back out. We'll switch on over.
They're going to the box, dude. They're going to the box. I'm just saying. I'm not saying they're coming right back, Robin. They're just re-gearing at least. You know?
You know, it's we're only 6 minutes into the hour here, so we do have
legendary the invasion day
top of the hour as well.
We should probably explain a little bit about Invasion Day. We kind of came in and went right into a little bit of the political thing. That was my mistake there. Instead of explaining what we do here on Invasion Day, I went into what was happening. On Invasion Day, it's we used to call it Reset Day, Robin, because the territories reset in a way. All the guards are pulled off, and the Elite Vengeful Guardian and his minions take over. At first, you have a bunch of minions, and at the top of the hour, you have at 14 UTC, the Elite Vengeful Guardian spawns, and all the territories become basically claimable by anybody who is able to kill that NPC. If you and your team can take him down, you can channel on the tower for a short period, you can take control of the tower, and in this case, all the energy along with it. On the final invasion day is when all of the energy inside the towers are paid out, but they're paid out when you beat the Elite Vengeful Guardian Lord and channel on the tower. Now, you can be cheeky. We've seen it happen once or twice where somebody else has done all the killing, and then people have snuck in at the last moment and just taken the tower. But usually you want to be the one controlling the tower, taking down the NPCs, and channeling for control.
Yeah, and with those season points on the line here, this is what all the big guns are fighting for. Getting those, even when it's just like, if they don't care about the season points because they've already locked in their place, remember, it's a 1-to-1 conversion rate. So if a tower has 10,000 raw energy, that means 10,000 season points, but it also means 10,000 siphoned energy on top of that as well. So even if your guild playing for season points, they can still play for big boy money. And that raw energy stacks up, and we've seen it in the past where guilds don't go for the season points. They go purely for the siphoned energy for that loot split at the end of the CTA. We're talking like $1 billion silver loot split, by the way, depending on how well you do. And, you split that down between 100 or 150 players. That's a nice little payout at the end for everybody involved. But we do have action on Tofu, as Seamen are taking on the KK Alliance here in Glacier Fall Pass. And this is something that I did notice when I was doing my little scouting round just before we came in. Cutthroat have actually moved from the north down into Glacier Fall Pass. We're right outside Morgana's Rest for reference. And they have HQ'd in zone. So Cutthroat moving in towards the inner ring, quality 5 zone here, a big upgrade from the quality 2 zone that they were in prior. Should be a very juicy season for season 30 because there's a lot of content for Cutthroat to have here.
Well, Robin, right now Cutthroat is getting content. Seaman is absolutely all over this KK Alliance. They are destroying them. The kill boards are very one-sided. All I see are red tags. It's just brutal.
Yeah, and again, we are seeing, the big boy mammoths on the battlefield. Another 3 command mammoths here on the battlefield. That's $1 billion silver pretty much there, just in those 3 battle mounts alone. It just goes to show some big boy gear on the line. Tofu himself in 8-4 knight armor today. Not the full 8-4 set, but he's not skimping on the plate armor. 25.5 million silver just for that knight armor alone. It's the final day. It's the big boy day. Everyone comes out in their Sunday best, even though it's Saturday.
Well, they do come out on Invasion Day and try to show off a little bit. It's a little bit of the flex day, if you will. Sometimes you don't get content, and all you get to do is run around next to your friends for an hour or so. So you want to look good while doing it, If you got it, might as well flex it. Could you imagine what Bogle would be wearing on Invasion Day? I mean, I could see him breaking out the 6-2.
Maybe, tier 5 potions, maybe. But yeah, I don't know about Bogle on good old Invasion Day, but it looks like Seamen are getting pushed back inside the castle. This is a castle fight, by the way. Just the territory, it looked like Seamen may not have enough numbers here to fight KK Alliance. A 39 disarray debuff here for Seamen. Big clump though on the western side. DPS not able to connect through and pierce through those cleric cows, but 1 or 2 kills secured nonetheless. But KK are now flooding in. We may have to restalk Tofu, by the way, just a heads up. But yeah, we're all getting pushed inside a very tight choke point of this castle layout. This could go either way, to be honest.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. The kill boards have taken some massive swings in both directions, but I gotta say, I think Seaman and Cutthroat have it here. When I look at the totality of the kill board, I mean, they look like they know what they're doing today, according to these boards. So, anything can change. It's the brawl. Who knows what'll happen?
Yeah, all it takes is that one big engagement. And KK a little bit hesitant to push in here. This group, though, just getting massacred at the second gate of this castle. KK cannot break through this secondary gate, and they are flooding back outside. And Tofu and the boys of Seaman just going to be picking off whoever they can find here, really. Need to be careful, though, not to overextend and get caught with their pants down. KK looking to find a return engagement, but this instant group not able to move soon enough. And, you know, we talk about a turn here, shows, and look at that kill feed now.
I mean, it looks pretty red to me.
Yep.
Hey, there's one. There's one.
Hey, we got one. Pikachu is fallen. Here we go. KK now crashing in from South Courtyard. So Seaman right now are stuck in the middle here. Front lines falling. Tofu down to 2 bars of HP. And here comes the west side engagement as well. That pincer maneuver. So look at the kill feed now. It is all green and purple as Seaman get tasted their own medicine.
They did take quite a bath there, dude. That's wow. What? How? Okay, Pikachu goes down, and then we have 35, 40, 42.
Yeah, I mean, but again, it's just going to carry on flipping like that over and
Dude,
over again.
I feel like, you know, I gotta never say anything. Because what was it, like 7 seconds after I said, I don't think so, Seaman looked to be, you know, in control. They've got this one in the bag. Look at the kill board here. It's all red. Blink, 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 blink. Oh, it's all green and purple and blue.
The caster's curse is real, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, it's like, you know, I would rather be wrong than it be a curse, but like the consistency of it, Robin, is just. What do we have?
Well, Tofu's going to make it out. I don't think the rest of his Zerg will make it out alive. It looked like KK.
Active.
Yeah, but Seaman can't get their regears in because Cluster's active. They're down to a 32 disarray debuff as they call it quits here. Meerkat's Assemble has just zoned in. They only have a 25 disarray debuff. But KK, on the other hand, they are currently sitting at a level... Where are they? There they are. A level 49 disarray debuff. So heavily outnumbering Seaman here. In Glacier Full Pass. Stellar Alliance taking the territory as well. That is what Tofu probably would have wanted. Remember, power drain is a factor here. This is a quality 5 zone, so if Cutthroat don't own the territory, their HQ power level will drain much, much quicker. So they need to get that territory back sooner rather than later, else they're gonna be doing a lot of CTAs for power cores. Well, with that fight coming to an end, we will switch and carry on bouncing around to see what else is going on in the world. Big mass for fuck you as well. If we want to just show it off real quick. Actually, no, they're just zoning through. Hold on. Give me a second. It will be Doki. Sure if they're going to run into anyone in the next zone. Looks like they are just passing through zones here, but they, when it updates here, I believe they're on a 44 disarray debuff themselves. So another massive group here for the fuck you alliance as they make their way through. Maybe heading to Sunfang Approach because that has not been claimed yet. That territory is still alive. I'm going to hop into free roam here to see what's happening on this territory. There is a boss team for Papaya Puk Puk here of the MMT Alliance. They actually just brought the Elite Vengeful Guardian Lord down, and they will be claiming the territory here. Give you a name real quick there, Bogle, so you can throw it up on screen. And that is another 7,120 season points here for Papaya Puk Puk as well. Looking around, still got a couple territories, quite a few territories, especially in the inner ring, unclaimed at the moment. Razor Rock Gulch, Sunfang Cliffs, Razor Rock Valley, Chasm, all the way up through Razor Rock Passage, Deathwith Bog, Murder Gulch Ravine, all still unclaimed, all still territories with quite a few season points up for grabs in them. I'm going to hop through all of them to see if anything's happening in terms of fights here. It is that region that is controlled by, you know, the kings of the server, so I
Yeah,
don't know if they're going to be
might not
contested.
gonna be a lot up there. I'm gonna keep going through our list of names, Rob, and see if anybody pops up on there, see if we can't find, some just extra random fights to happen. A lot of these guys just run into things because they're all out to get their territories, right? Once they get their territories, then it's castle time, but there's a significant period of everybody out in their Sunday best looking for something to do.
Indeed, and those, the final castles as well for the season today and tomorrow, legendary castles, can be a driver for that content. Z, so I'm just looking here actually. So it looks like, hold on. Is Z Cole in this zone? He is. Hop on over to Z Cole. They've just dismounted. I don't know what's happening here. So we have GRB, which is Sunset, and them in zone. We also have Jin here as well. And then we have Z in full force. These guys just overcharged. This territory is still up for grabs. 10,000 season points in the tower. But if we look at the world map real quick, Z are actually taking some of the territories in this region. And that goes back to my original, question right at the beginning. Is Z, looking to move into towards the inner ring for season 30 here? It does look like it. But here we go. Can they hold their ground here against GRB? That is the question. Z already losing a handful of players, but that was the Alliance, and they died just before Z showed up. Cluster Q once again activated. 350 players all within the zone here, ready to fight each other with more players waiting to come in. And Z trying to figure out where he really wants to go, what he's trying to do here. GRB getting pushed all the way to the northeast door, and I don't know if that's them trying to, gain some space or them trying to flee.
Well, just getting in here after looking around. Saw a bunch of people out. No fights yet, but it does appear like Ezekal is pushing through these guys, trying to get some additional, I guess it's just a full brawl. I was looking if they were going to try to get a clump or something, but it doesn't look to be doing that. Just straight brawl.
Yeah, this is, what they've been, what we've been seeing with Z over the last couple of weeks here. It is a group that we have constantly been seeing on the war reports at 1400 UTC down in the Limhurst region that I was talking about earlier on, where they've been based out of all season long. They've been, doing some absolute work. Some days they're really, really solid. Some days, they have a hiccup here and there, but they're fighting new groups now. I don't think I've ever saw them fight GRB. So, they gotta adapt and learn what their enemies are doing, how they play. Right in the mix of all this, that tower still up for grabs as well here in zone. But the table is starting to turn. Z starting to get a little bit more comfortable here, putting a lot more kills on the battle board.
Yeah, I'm starting to see it's I don't know if we're balanced now, but it's starting to get a mix of colors, both sides starting to hit some of these. But as this goes on, Robin, it gets to this point in the brawl where one of them just kind of goes away all of a sudden. It's a very strange thing with the brawl. It's often hard to tell until the very end who's going to win, but I'm starting to see a lot of green name tags up there on the wall.
Yeah, it's that flip-floppy kill board rotation that we see time and time again. But all kills have been in favor of GRB for the last rotation here. Z-Core trying to maybe try and get out here. I'm not 100% sure what the call is. It does look like it may be a get out if you can situation here for Z. There is another blob coming in. That's going to be MMT, the Hog Rider coming in. Albeit a small force there. Not sure if GRB and MMT work together, and that's why Z are bouncing, but doesn't look great here. GRB also breaking away. That's that blob over to the western side of the map, beelining it away. So not sure what's happening, but Z-Core is going to make it out alive nonetheless.
Well, not everybody's going to go down, but it does get a little, messy there. That's very one-sided there at the end, Robin. Doesn't look good for these guys. Tofu is taking territory. I'll head over there.
And no fight at the moment. But they are just claiming territories in that region. Hopefully, setting themselves up for an interesting season 30. So yeah, we are starting to see, that political landscape shift even here on Final Invasion Day. It gives us a good indication we're going into a 12-day off season here. Guilds already placing down their new hideouts in HQs in their new regions, claiming these territories, giving us an indication where they want to move to. So yeah, it's there is another Seaman hideout under construction here in Meltwater Channel. So definitely the whole of Seaman moving in around Morgana's Rest. Good region to move into as well.
Okay.
You got two castles, Glacier Fall Pass, Sky Sand Ridge, right next door to each other pretty much.
That's not too bad.
And,
okay.
Just take a little wander down. You got Glacier Fall Fissure on the inner ring as well, if needs be. And you can, kind of hop, skip, and a jump over to Murdergulch Ravine as well for the castles there. So this region really does open up a lot of offers for, guilds that want to go for content. And Seaman is one of those. By the way, that blob that just zoned in over to the western side, once again, it's going to be KK Alliance. And again, Seaman are going to be heavily outnumbered if it's all of KK. 38 disarray debuff here for Seaman. KK still zoning in. They're up to a 41. They still have more members zoning in here. I don't know if this is going to be a fight or not. It doesn't look like it for Seaman. I don't think they have enough to take the fight here. Nope, they're going to zone out. I don't blame them, to be honest.
Well, when you're outnumbered, you have to kind of judge what your chances are. Do you have the right disarray against them? Do you have the right comp? Do you have the right location? There's a lot of choices to make, we should say.
There is indeed. There is indeed. By the way, just looking around as well, Glacier Fall Canyon territory, still unclaimed. It's pretty much in a ring. Quality 6 territory. Once again, Glacier Fall Canyon has, near enough 8,000 raw energy in storage. There's nobody here. It's 0 to 5 in zone. Not even a scout sitting on the tower watching it. So yeah, territory's still up for grabs. A lot of territories over on the western inner ring also up for grabs still.
Mhm.
Sunfang Cliffs, Razor Rock Chasm, Razor Rock Passage, Deathswift's Bog. All four of those territories up for grabs, all glowing away there. So yeah, it's a lot. Griffin Empire are actually in Deathswift Bog right now, zerging down the Elite Vengeful Guardian Lord. So that's going to be on Hugh Cock if you want to switch on over to him.
Evan over to Hugh.
And again, this is a potential step forward here for Griffin Empire. They were, I believe, their home zone was a little bit away. It was in like Razor Rock Verge, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, their HQ there. Um, so going from a quality 5 to a quality 6 inner ring territory, they did claim the zone next door as well in Murder Gulch Ravine. So another indication there of, guilds stepping up and stepping forward and claiming new spaces here today.
There's a lot. Yeah, it's cool to see people moving around and trying to make new homes for themselves as the season ends. It's going to be I don't know how much the next update's really going to affect the Outlands, Robin. Do you think that, like, at least immediately, I think long term it will, as it'll introduce a lot of new people to ZVZ and bring a lot of fresh faces to the end game content over time. But do you think that the next update's going to have any real effect on how these guys take on the end game content, at least in the next 3 months?
Probably not. I wouldn't expect so. If anything, especially here on Albion Asia, where it's a lot more handholdy, we kind of see like the top guys all kind of working together under agreements and stuff. There could be, that push for these top guilds to just fully engage with faction warfare because they're not fighting each other, for territories and the like in the Outlands. So they may transition more to engage with faction warfare content for that ZVZ gameplay experience. So on other servers, I don't think as much, like, because we've seen, it's just constant war, bloodbaths, everything. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We already see a lot of ZVZ guilds, especially some of the end game ones here on Albion Asia, already engaging with faction warfare content, and that's before the update comes in on the 24th. So it's going to be interesting.
See, that's one of the things we noticed is that people really did seem interested in this when, like, it was announced. You saw an uptick in faction warfare. Like, once people saw what was coming, people started going to play it, right? Like, even when it wasn't out yet. That was kind of cool. And then the tests happened. The first one was the biggest test we've ever had. The first one was absolutely ridiculous. More people in that test than not only than they expected than we've ever had for any test. That's really cool.
Yeah, and it kind of like, it goes to show how many players in general like just want to engage in that content. It's super fun, right? It's chaos. It's kind of unstructured. You can drop in, drop out. You don't need to be in a guild to engage in, faction warfare content whatsoever. And if you wanted a little bit more structure, you can join the faction warfare community discords where shock callers will, lead the men and women to victory, or attempt to, depending on how well they do. But, the faction warfare community discords are the things that open up the doors. And it's actually very interesting because so many of our shock callers that we have for Outland ZVZ guilds, they all started shock calling pretty much in faction warfare content. None of them really jumped in right away to Outland ZVZ shock calling. A lot of them came from faction warfare.
Yeah, that's true. It took a long time, but they were the ones that really I guess, had probably the most experience with dealing with people from different groups, and that probably makes you very good at dealing with the end game politics over time. Because like those faction discords, I don't think they always seem to be at each other, like constantly. Like you've been in
Mhm.
some of those faction discords. It's interesting.
People put on for their city more than you realize. Like when they're flagged up for a certain city in faction warfare, they are ride or die
They get worked
mentality.
up
Like
over time. They get worked up
yep.
over time. It took a little while, but these guys got worked up over time, and I gotta say it was neat. Um, to see just how like if they got, but they got like we've gotten a lot of messages about different aspects of the game. Certain areas of the game at certain points were very valuable. Like remember Crystal Arenas and or Crystal League, I should say, Robin, and how valuable that was to season points, and how we would get a lot of messages about that. Not all of them were constructive.
Mhm.
I think I got more messages about faction warfare in Crystal League.
Yeah, because thousands upon thousands of players engage in faction warfare constantly every day, and
But like,
35 people engaged in Crystal League.
well, I mean, there was a lot of people who were around the Crystal League who still had a lot to say about it. I'll say that. It affected everybody. That's the thing, is they had such a massive effect on the rest of the world that I feel like that had something to do with it. Like like this is like and that's the wrong phrase. Like I feel like the effect that it had on the world pushed why we had so much talk about it, and it wasn't just those players who were playing that talked about it, but the the group that talks about faction warfare care about it in a way that is just not the same. It's not even close to what we get from like Crystal League and faction warfare. Just not even close. The faction warfare guys are intense. Crystal League, you'd get like 2 paragraphs, maybe 3, maybe a suggestion or 2. Uh, every faction warfare guy sends me a book.
Yeah, because they are very dedicated to the cause. But we do have action once again. We're going to be on
Right.
Scripsies of Western Paradise
Heading
as
over.
legendary castles roll around. The Hot Alliance are the ones sieging Western Paradise in defensive position. Gates are already down for both sides of the inner and outer gates of the courtyard in the north side.
Heading.
So yeah, Western Paradise just waiting for them to walk in and see what Hot do here. Hot weren't so hot in the first fight when they got fully deleted by MMT as the first fight we saw here. Let's see how they do against Western Paradise.
Well, right now, Western Perry's in that defensive position. Nothing to pressure them yet. Haven't made a choice to go out and like meet the attackers head on. We'll see what happens.
Seeing if I can find this. It's not the date. Just seeing if I can find the battle board for that first fight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it or not. Battle board's not looking. I don't think they're updating in time yet. Actually, no,
It
it's here.
takes
I
a little
think.
while. It takes a little while on the board.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You
The way
know,
you say that, Robin.
I don't know if this is the right one because it looks like Hot definitely had a lot more members than that. But the kill to death ratio kind of makes sense from what we saw, at least.
Oh God, what do you see, sir?
I mean, MMT went 74 kills and 3 deaths. So Hot only got 3 kills and they had 73 deaths on that battle board. But I got a feeling it just seems so so small. Unless, Hot just didn't have that many players actually engaged in the fight itself, so the battle board didn't register that they were actually even there. I don't know. Um, but the kill to death ratio definitely makes sense from what we saw at least.
Yeah, that's Robin. Massacre, massacre, dude. Absolutely massacre. Is it really th three?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Three?
I think so, dude. Uh, well, in game right now, they did just lose a ballista as it got left behind here, and Western Paradise will pick that up. We're out into the open field. I don't know what Hot are doing here. I don't know if they're staying, if they're leaving. They are dismounted down the cliff to the western side of the map. It looks like maybe they were getting reinforcements back in. 33 disarray debuff here for the Hot Alliance versus a 34, so pretty much basically even numbers. Basically just a waiting game here at the moment, but it's been some really solid content considering, like we said, like the amount of hand holding that happens here on Albion Asia. There's actually some really solid content for the final invasion day. And just a reminder, it is going to be a 12-day off season here today. We're starting on
No.
Monday, shall we say. And the season will start again on the 22nd. Then the new update Realm Divided will launch on Monday on the 24th of
That's
November.
where people get excited here, Robin. That's the exciting one. That's when we get the new stuff. That's when the toys come out. Like Christmas.
Yep. And Western Paradise is going to go hide in a group dungeon for some odd, weird reason. And the secondary PSA here as well, just so everyone doesn't get caught off guard. Remember to have premium active on Monday when the season ends. I think it's actually Sunday evening here on Albion Asia is when the season actually ends. Technically, it's Sunday at 23 UTC on Sunday is when the season ends for Albion Asia. Make sure you have premium active if you're in the top 3 guilds to obtain your season rewards, aka your unique skins. I want to go out on a limb and say you don't need premium active to obtain the Conqueror's chest at the end. As long as you've already unlocked it, you're fine. You get it rewarded to you anyway. So like the Avatar and the Conqueror challenge rewards. I don't think you need premium active to be able to claim it. You just need premium to progress it throughout the season.
Okay. Hmm.
So yeah,
Well,
just a PSA. Make sure you got that premium active, boys.
premium is how do we say it? Premium. Pretty good. Get extra stuff.
Indeed, you do. Well, I'm going to carry on bouncing around because it looks like this fight has fizzled out here, Chosen. We
Yeah,
got 19 minutes until the castles can be opened.
I've been going through our list. We're still in that same situation.
This is where...
Robin, while we do have some downtime, I know we've been talking about like the season in general, how this season has progressed. But Minsu would love it if you could give him like a TLDR in like 2 minutes of how we started in this season and where we ended. I mean, because we did start from a point where the previous season really did lead into this season and set this up for the stage we have today with our current victor and what's going on. Do you want to give a quick rundown from your memory?
Sure. All right. Let's see what I can do here. Do.
Don't worry, I think we're gonna clip that, and that's gonna be perfect right there, Robin.
I mean, technically, that is Albion Asia in this season's nutshell, pretty
That's in a
much, because
nutshell, yeah.
nothing happened. It all happened during the off season, while when we weren't here on doing the war report. So what actually happened, I do not know fully. I just know that the server coalition war that was about to unfolded during the off season. 6 hideouts were attempted to get placed. They were all destroyed.
It's so
Then the
those 2
anti-coalition
coalitions.
called it quits, and that was it. And then we went into this season. Everyone's holding hands. Everyone knew who was going to win the season, and we are just here.
No, no. Who were the guys in those coalitions though? Because like not everybody's familiar. Like, well, you had some idea of what the big coalition was, right? The previous big group and that fell apart. You know that a bunch of hideouts fell. Do you know whose hideouts those were, or was it just so hard to follow during the off season that it's like we really came into a black hole this season, and then we come into a situation where somebody we didn't expect is kind of like just out in first and in complete and total control.
Basically that.
Okay.
I can't remember who those like we're talking 2 months ago. And they're irrelevant. We haven't talked about them for 2 months. They're dead. They're gone. They don't play the game anymore. So I don't actually know who they are. Oh, I'm sorry I can't give you more there.
It's okay. We'll work on that. I have the Jin Alliance in zone with the Heaven Knights. It looks like one is running from the other. We have the castle just above them in Longfen Marsh, and somebody's already there. So if these 2 groups are working together, they're running towards the castle to see who's there. We got a full zone here, 151 plus on the old markers. Over on Jimp, if you want to come over and just see what's happening here.
Alrighty.
BB Alliance in the castle.
They just ran out past Jim.
Yeah.
And Jim has a level 5 disarray debuff.
Yeah, it's his group that he's running alongside is the one, the SWS, I think is the one that's the
Yep.
actual group in zone.
So bears are the ones flipping castle now, and it's the Never Alliance pushing in. I'm gonna try and find us a POV for inside, and hope for the best. I think I have one. It is at least a golem POV inside, maybe a little flanking force bomb squad unit, not sure. But they are wrapping around on the western side. Mistwalker Jackets activated. Golem clump into the back lines. The server's moving at a snail's pace. Can the DPS connect here? It finally connects, and the massive explosion comes in. And Never's western flank there getting deleted. Though this group is fully split now from
Well,
the group here.
the Jin Alliance did come in from the backside and start attacking the Bear Alliance. So this is a situation where it's going to get sloppy. They're probably acting as a bomb squad. I don't know if they're acting as a true separate group. Well, yes, they are. They just attacked Never and Bear. They've clapped them both.
Oh, I don't think we had the the clap and flank on screen inside the castle, but we do have bears running down a mix here. Actually, our POV taking a wee wander back towards the castle. There's the remnants of the clap that we saw before. We may want to switch over. Actually, is this fight already came to an end? No, Never's right there. Let's actually switch to Never's POV then, because it looks like they are in a 2 versus 1 situation. If we hop on over to Joker JN.
Let's go. Remember Joker.
We're just starting to try and clean up some of the the third alliance over here. The the Waku alliance is mixed in with the Jin alliance, and they're a little bit shaken and stirred here on the water choke. Pretty much never are just running right through them with ease. I mean, the action on screen speaks words here.
Yeah, there's a lot of red tags, Robin, that are filling up my kill board. It's Never's doing okay.
Doing pretty goddamn well.
The other groups, there's some red tags on the board. I saw some red tags killed by red tags. I saw some red tags killed by blue tags, killed by green tags, killed by purple tag. Even the 3 guys in Never went down though, so hey, it wasn't perfect.
Wasn't perfect, but it was close to perfect.
Until that purple guy died. Come on, Grouchy.
Classic Grouchy. Well, the castle's being flipped. I can hear it in my left eardrum.
Yeah, I can hear the.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Never looks like they're going to be doing a little bit of sieging. Still plenty of time to do it. 12 minutes until the castle can be looted. Bears are going to be in a defensive position. We'll stick on Joker JN because we don't really see much of Never really, but good to see them out and about. I do see a lot of Joker JN's feedback posts though. So if you're watching, my guy, just know that I've seen your write-ups and your feedback about the guild seasons and the territories and everything. The dev team is very much aware and they've seen it as well.
Okay.
We'll see what comes in the future. It is clear some changes need to be made. What those changes will be, we'll have to wait and see. But I appreciate his effort nonetheless.
That's awesome. I love it when people are really trying to help out, because that's really where you get the best stuff, is from the people who do it every day. They have to remember that there's a whole game around it sometimes.
Yep.
And it's not just about their thing, but we see a lot of people who really do a great job, and I have to say, I really do appreciate them.
Indeed. Well, it looks like Never gonna quickly flip that castle back, and they are on the hunt for more content. That means back to... actually, they found Jin's little tiny contingent group here. And they're going to be deleted real quick. But we will carry on bouncing around.
Yeah, just going back through the list. Who was it I was just on, actually? They just demounted. Was it Moogie? Nope.
Scripsies is fighting.
Okay, heading over to Scripsies again.
Fully engaged over here against the Fuck You Alliance inside the Dry Vein Step Castle once again. All doors are down. It's mixy, it's messy. Health bars dropping for both sides over here as we jump into the Chaos Chosen. I think Fuck You may be in a bad spot here.
You think?
Just a little indication about their health bars.
Oh, Robin, as you say that, there's a little bit of a turn. It's a wee turn. It's a turn. Turns over. It's the next turn.
Yeah, may have to restock Scripsies, just a heads up. As we did get kicked off, or at least I did. Kills still going each and every way here. Members of Western Paradise losing 5. Scripsies potentially looking for something to return the favor here shortly. Health bars very low for all sides. A lot of anti-heal getting thrown out at the moment. Self-sustain also very active. You can see about 4-6 Hellion Jackets activated on the eastern door here. Those are those red circles. That means that is that Hellion Jacket trying to get those players topped back up, but back and forth we go. Western Paradise back in full control, and they are going to town.
Yeah, they are. Just lots and lots of death and sport. A couple of trades, but like it's gonna happen when you're just grinding through people, Robin, and that's what they're doing here. They're just grinding through these guys, and they are just not stopping. They don't care if they're gonna lose a couple of guys. It's worth it if they can take everybody else out with them.
Yeah, and Western Paradise do have the advantage. They have in-zone re-gears. There goes the main shot caller, Doki, going down there for fuck you. And we have seen in the past, as soon as he falls, it is literally a scatter into the winds, and that is what we're seeing right now. Fuck you. If you're still on the map, you're trying to escape right now. Western Paradise enjoying a victory. Not a clean sweep there, but it was a very good fight for them nonetheless. Over in a flash, though, as they walk through their enemies like a hot knife through butter.
They did. And it was room temperature butter.
Mm. Bo, I can hear Bogo in the background. Hungry.
Poor guy. I know.
You're nearly there. It's nearly Din Din's time, Bogo.
Poor guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, one. He just ate. He made noodles. There you go. There you go.
I made noodles. I'm good. Thanks, Bogle.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Boy.
Battle Bray Plain, chat is saying. Battle Bray Plain. Let's have a little look. Is Twitch chat correct? They are. I will find us an inside POV. Doo-doo. There we go. And it's going to be MMT Insurgents here versus the Hot Alliance once again. Hot out and about today, all over the place.
Active.
Love to see it. Oh, and the Bears are also here on the western side through South Courtyard. This looks like MMT trying to chase down this group of Bears. A lot of defensives getting thrown MMT's way to slow down the push. You know, layering down these defensives and nurturing into the Dustweaver armor, purging and slowing down MMT's push here, and it's worked wonders. Bears looking for a front-to-back engagement, going to find Crampers there on the front line with a couple other players as well. But MMT, they know that they need to delete one side, and that is going to be Bears. They need to be careful not to overextend. Remember, that other group is out on the East Chosen.
Who we got over there? I see a flash of a skull. That's Hello Kitty from Hot and Regroup from Hot. That's not anybody. Is that Freaky Fools over here? Oh, then we might. No, they're. Nope. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what's going on over there, Rob.
We're about to worry about it because MMT stepping back inside the castle. Through South Courtyard they go. Hot Alliance inside the castle on the eastern side. MMT own castle. They can utilize these doors, stepping in and out. Hot trying to retreat back on the eastern side. MMT, though, getting caught at the gates. Hot not capitalizing off of this. MMT trying to surge through here. Hot are split. A massive group getting caught here along the wall. Can they kill this group and wipe them out? Only one kill secured. MMT are the ones actually dying, as just to the south side of our screen, our POV is absolutely not in position for us to see the devastation. Finally moves back in. But MMT there, I thought they were going to be the ones to get that massive deletion. I don't know what happened.
That was Bessie. Here we go. On the west side, bears are breaking through. We're going to see if these guys engage on this. MMMT in a good position to intercept these bears. They're going to wait for them to break the door. They're going to get intercepted themselves.
Well, in this 1 versus 2 situation, MMT really need to be careful. I think this is the right play for them now. 3 minutes until the castle can be looted. And those last season points potentially gained. They're not already maxed out already here. And here comes Hot creeping back in on the eastern side. MMT probably should fall back now that this sandwich maneuver is coming in. Play inside the Lord Room. Because just like this, they gotta watch both the west and the east. And sooner enough, you're gonna run out of supports and defensives.
Just breaking down. Yeah, just not going to hold for very long, Robin. You already heard them snap.
Yeah, and it's interesting that MMT choosing to still hold in this location. Finally, looks like the call has been made to fall all the way back into Lord Room. Hopefully, Suicide Alley has been knocked here by Hot as well. Albeit the door still half HP, but it will start falling quite quickly. Hot just faux sending it there. It will be that friendly fire situation. If Bears and Hot are working together, MMT just have to play on top of one side just to deny any engagement from the other.
This is going to be an interesting push here, Robin. There is that group over the top in Suicide Alley that always spices things up, right?
Yep, and this eastern Suicide Alley, MMT trying to find something there, not going to find anything. And MMT have nowhere to go now. They are locked in here. The only way out is to fight through a side. And we're at the top of the hour. That castle can be looted, but because Suicide Alley's down, Battle Mounts can deny from that Suicide Alley the opening of said chest if they're paying attention. But they're not paying attention, because the castle has just been looted here by MMT, and these guys looking to faux send it here. Bomb squads over the walls, engagements coming out. Bears pulling back west just a little bit.
Trying to hold safe. They have control of this at the top hour, Robin. They can take this chest and take the loot at this point. It's theirs to grab. They just got to find some way to get out with it. So, also pulling back here.
Not sure what our POV was doing.
Yeah, this is a suicide play. I don't understand what happened there. None of his team came with him. He's dead.
Why did you do that?
Maybe he's argument in Discord.
Maybe.
Dude, I have no idea. Soda.
I got a POV for us from someone.
Soda's right there.
Wait, that is not Great. He's got one of those
I got
weird
one.
spellings. Maybe it's
There.
I.
I got one for you.
Soda?
It's
Okay.
from Hot on the right side. If you want from Insurgents, you can find one, but that'll get us at least something.
We'll go with soda. But for now. Yeah, no idea what the hell that guy was doing. But we are still in this stalemate. No one really wants to move up here. Slowly but surely. Two waves of engagements thrown out there from Hot. No kills secured.
Still looking at that kill board. There's a couple of kills on the other side a bit ago, but we're waiting now, Robin.
Yeah, I think we're going to be waiting for a while.
Well, I mean, we can hang out until maybe, what, 10 past?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, we didn't get a lot of fights here today on the Invasion. It's always hit or miss with an Invasion, right? Everybody's really concerned about the objectives, and that's what it was. And unfortunately, as Robin said, we're a little confused as to what's going on here on Albion Asia. If any of you guys out there in the world of Albion know what's going on this server and want to start telling us what's going on so we can be more informed instead of genuinely confused this season, we'd really appreciate it. Absolutely.
Oh, Hot here potentially moving into position once again through Suicide Alley. Will they look to step up here? Or are they just literally holding down? So the thing here is, like, MMT are just sitting in Lord Room. They can't do anything, right? Either way out there, they have to walk through somebody. Hot know that. So that's why they're just chilling here. They know if MMT come through Suicide Alley, they're more than likely going to full wipe them. Same on the other side, right? Bears are just holding that western side because they know MMT have to also come out. They have to choose either east or west. And that is pretty much that. We actually have Bears pulling out here and maybe disengaging. Bears were trying to come through South Courtyard there, but Battle Scouts called it out for Hot outside the castle, holding Eastern Gate. I think it's going to be a lot of this and a lot of no fighting, to be honest, Chosen. No one's doing anything. Because as soon as one side makes the move, that sandwich maneuver comes in. Everyone knows that. So the first group to push in and put themselves at a disadvantage pretty much wipes themselves.
You don't. I don't know what happened with their shot caller. That's the thing that got me. Why did he just run in and die?
Yeah. I don't know, but it does look like MMT are pushing out onto the western side. Hot gonna flank through South Courtyard. Alliance just got a massive deletion over to the western side of our screen. Second wave coming in here, and Bears are getting put back in the cage as Hot just devastate that western side. And I'm wondering if MMT take this opportunity and just run from the castle now, or do they still hold? Castle itself that was looted 6 minutes ago at the top of the hour. I don't know if MMT stay here, but Bears are definitely deleted off the map.
Yeah. Absolutely destroyed.
Ooh. Oh boy. Well, we can clip and ship that one. Good night, hot, I guess. MMT Insurgents still very much alive. Perfect timing there with Chosen.
That was good. I'm done now. That's it.
That's it. You can wrap it up and go bed.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. This has been a long week. I'm looking forward to a vacation. This has been an interesting season on Albion Asia. I have not been here the last week, so I don't know what's really going on. I'm looking forward to seeing how L Forward handles this going forward. He'll probably be doing these shows, and maybe he'll be able to tell us what's actually happening on Albion Asia.
I can hear him say right now, absolutely nothing, because nothing is happening.
Robin.
What?
I wouldn't say that.
See?
Liar.
He's even here. He knows what's going on so much that he heard his name just in the ether, showed up, and was like, I would never say that. See? You can't handle the truth, Robin. You can't handle the truth. But on that note, we will be back at 18 UTC for the Albion Europe invasion here for season 29, the final wrap up of season 29 for the EU and the rest of Europe. Should be a good one. That's been a very active season. We have a number of teams that are kind of jockeying for position. So we'll see what happens.
Indeed, we will. So thank you guys for watching. We'll probably raid off to somebody that has Twitch drops, Noble drops enabled, so you guys can carry on earning those. But from us here until 18 UTC, thank you guys for watching. And wherever you are in the world, have a glorious morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. Adios.